Good morning, guys. Yep, like I said, I was going to be out today. So make sure you are on your very best behavior for whoever is subbing and get as far as you can in these lessons. Um, if it takes you a little bit more into science, that's fine. Your science activity is going to be independent anyway. So make sure you watch this video till the end. Pause when you need it. I'm not going to say pause 100 times in the video like I usually do, but I want you to make sure you pause when you need to pause to get the information that you need. I apologize in advance if you hear dog barking. They're all three in here staring at me. So, that'll be fun. Okay, let's get to this. So you should have gotten a packet of notes from the sub. And yeah, I know it looks like a lot. And unfortunately, it is directly from the module. And you know I don't love that. But that's the way it's going to roll for today. So, all right, let's get to it. So on the very first page, you see classwork exercise 1. This is what you should see. You are going to first graph the number 7 and its opposite. So let's do that together. Remember, I told you I want you to put it on the line. So there's 7, and its opposite is -7. Then we're going to graph the number 5 and its opposite on the number line. So here's our 5, and our opposite is -5. So I know that seems easy peasy, but today we're going to be talking a lot about ordering and comparing integers and rational numbers. So this is going to give us our first visual of what that's going to mean. So our part B says, where does 7 lie in relation to 5? So I'm looking here, and I know 7 is 2 spaces to the right. So you're going to write that. 2 spaces to the right of 5. Part C, where does the opposite of 7 lie in relation to the opposite of 5? So now we're looking down here, and I know that I am looking at that -7 being 2 spaces to the left. So 2 spaces of -5. So everything about opposites is literally opposite. When I looked here, I know that 7 is 2 spaces to the right because it's greater than 5. But opposites, we have to think in the opposite. So the opposite of 7, which is -7, is 2 spaces to the left of -5. So think left means less. The further to the left you go, the numbers decrease. That's what we need to train our brain to do. Looking at that 7 and looking at that 5, you're used to thinking 7 is greater than 5, which it is. However, now that we're thinking in the negative, we have to think opposite. So -5 is actually greater than -7. I want you to scribble this part out. We're not going to do that part. All right, make sure you've paused. So your learning target today is going to be that you can order integers and rational numbers from least to greatest and greatest to least. Let's take a look at example 1 on your paper. The record low temperatures for a town in Maine are -20 degrees Fahrenheit for January and -19 degrees Fahrenheit for February. We're going to order the numbers from least to greatest. So, if you're thinking about the thermometer and you're at 0 degrees and you're going down the thermometer into the negatives, the first number that you're going to hit is -19 degrees. Then you're going to hit -20 degrees. So the smallest of the numbers is -20. And the largest of the numbers is negative 19. So negative 20 is colder than negative 19. You do not have to write how you explained it that order. On to our next one. And a lot of these are going to say something about explaining your reasoning. I don't want to have you do that right now. I'm just talking to you through it, and normally we would have that discussion in class with your partners, but since you're working on your own, we're not going to worry about that. Okay. So the next one. So you're on exercises 2 through 4. We're going to order these rational numbers. Now they're rational numbers because they can be written as fractions, and you see your decimals there. So we're going to order them from either least to greatest or greatest to least, depending on what the question is asking us. So John's time for running the mile in gym class is 9.2 minutes. Jackie's time is 9.18 minutes. Who ran the mile in less time? So here's my number line. I'd like you to take a minute to make this number line, which means you're going to have to pause. Then we're going to go ahead and plot both of these. So John is running the mile and it takes him 9.2 minutes. So, whoops, got to go back. You knew it was bound to happen. So John is here at 9.2 minutes. I'm just going to put a J above that. And I guess I have to do a J-O for John. Jackie's time is 9.18. So if I'm looking here, here's 9.1, here's 9.2, which this really means 9.10, and this means 9.20. So that 9.18 is probably right about in here. So we're going to put her there. That's Jackie. So less time, remember, left means less. So that means Jackie ran it in less time, which means she is faster. So on your paper, please write Jackie ran the mile in less time. I'm not going to write that on my screen. I want you to write it though. Jackie ran the mile in less time. All right, our next one. Mrs. Rodriguez is a teacher at Westbury Middle School. She gives bonus points on tests for outstanding written answers and deducts points for wrong answers. She uses rational numbers to represent the points. She wrote the following on the students' papers. So student A, gets -2, and student B gets a -2.5. So we're going to put that on our number line. So I'd like you to draw a number line, please. And we're going to fill in our integers on here. So I started with 1 and I worked my way to the left. Notice what I did. I skipped. So I skipped here, I skipped here, I skipped here, I skipped here. So if I skipped 1 in between each one of my integers, that means I have a space for that half. Now, it's okay that I started with the 0 and only put 1 positive. I still kept it consistent. So now we're going to go ahead and plot both student A and student B. So student A got -2. And student B got -2.5. So remember, that's in between the -2 and the -3, -2.5. So this is A and this is B. Did student A or student B perform worse on the test? Remember, go to the left, it's less. So that means student B performed worse on the test. And you can write that. Student B performed worse on the test. Our next one. A carp is swimming approximately 8 1/4 feet beneath, that means below 0, the water's surface, and a sunfish is swimming approximately 3.5 feet beneath the water's surface. Which fish is swimming farther beneath the water's surface? In other words, which fish is deeper? So let's go ahead. You have a little bit of space here, but this one's going to be a little bit wonky. You might need to put it at the side of your paper. This is the reason why I don't like the way module papers are set up, because they definitely don't give you enough room. So on my vertical number line, I'm actually going to start with 0 at the top. So that's my sea level. Then I'm going to do my integers, -1, -2, -3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I want you to go ahead and label those integers. Pause it if you need to. All right, so I'm going to plot that carp. I'm starting at 0. He is at approximately 8¼ feet down. So his rational number is -8¼ So I'm going to go -1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. But he's a little bit more than that. So my 8¼ is about right there. So that's my carp. I'm going to put a little C for him. He's my carp. And the sunfish is about 3½ feet below. So we're starting at sea level. Here's his -3, but he's a little bit more than that. So half is about in between. Well, it is in between. Oops, why is it not writing here? Let's see, what's wrong? Well, I'll pretend it's right there. I can't get it to write. So I know that the carp is further beneath the water's surface. So please write that sentence. The carp is further beneath the water's surface. Okay, your next task, you're going to pause this video and you're going to complete exercises 5 to 6 on your lesson. Now, I'd like you to do it independently. However, if you need help from your partner, you're more than welcome to ask. If the sub asks you why you're chatting, you can just say in the video, Mrs. Flores said we can work with our partner if we need to. If you're done with 5 and 6, come back to this video and then continue on to lesson 8. Now you're going to see in your packet lesson 7 problem set. I don't want you to do that. You can skip lesson 7 problem set and you're going to pick right back up with lesson 8. So go complete exercises 5 and 6, skip the problem set, then come back to this video for lesson 8. So press pause now. All right, so lesson 8 you should be in your packet. On the classwork example 1, I want you to do that one on your own. I'm not going to go over that in the video, but I am going to check the work that you did the work that you did in the previous lesson and this problem. So make sure you have it done when I come and check it tomorrow. You're going to, after you do that, we're going to start exercise 2 together, which is right here. So pause the video, complete example 1, and then unpause. And here we are for exercise 2. So during their most recent visit to the optometrist, which is an eye doctor, Khadijah and her sister Beth had their vision tested. Khadijah's vision in her left eye was -1.50, and her vision in her right eye was the opposite number. Beth's vision was -1.0 and in her left eye and +0.25 in her right eye. So we're going to arrange these from least to greatest. Well, first things first, we have this little bit. Her right eye was the opposite. So the opposite of -1.5 is 1.5. So I need you to think about this on a number line. Left is less. So if we're going from least to greatest, we're going to start with the numbers that are the furthest to the left. Now I'm going to go ahead and pull out all of the numbers that I see in here. So let me switch my color here. I think I'm going to switch to blue. So I've got my -1.5, the opposite, which I already did, which was 1.5. I've got negative 1.0, and I have positive 0.25. So if I was on that number line, the number that would be furthest to the left would be negative 1.5. Now, if I travel starting going to the right, the numbers are going to get bigger and bigger and bigger. So the next number I would hit would be negative 1.0. Then I'm going to start to get into my positives. So here comes 0. Then I keep traveling, and the next number I'm going to hit is 0.25. And then my largest number is 1.5. So make sure you write all of that down. Sorry. Whoops. All right. I'm going to clear that. Going to go on to our next problem. There are 3 pieces of mail in Miss Thomas's mailbox. A bill from the phone company for $38.12, a bill from the electric company for $67.55, and a tax refund check for $25.89. So we have to identify what all of these are in terms of rational numbers. So I've got a bill. Bills aren't very fun. I would say that's a negative. So negative 38.12 is our first number. Another bill for 67.55, so that's negative 67 and 55 hundredths. And then a tax refund. That doesn't happen very often, but a refund is money that you get back. So that's a positive. So that's 25.89. We're going to arrange from least to greatest. So again, think about that number line. You're on the 0. You're going all the way to the left. The furthest number to the left would be our negative 67.55. Now I'm going to start traveling to the right. And the next number I'm going to hit on that number line is negative 38 and 12 hundredths. And then I keep going. And my positive is my largest number. That's the hardest part about arranging integers or rational numbers. It's trying to think about those negatives in the correct order. You guys know how to arrange positive numbers. It's those negatives that tend to throw us off. All right, I'm clearing my screen. We're going to go on to our next one. So this is at the top of your next page, number 4. Monica, Jack, and Destiny measured their arms lengths for an experiment in science class. They compared their arms lengths to a standard length of 22 inches. The listing below shows in inches how each student's arm length compares to 22 inches. You're going to arrange from least to greatest. Okay. So, there goes Gunner. Gunner. He's trying to play. Wait, let me see if I can turn my webcam on so you can just take a little break from my voice. Nope, can't turn it on. Wait, maybe I can. Let's see. There we go. Now this is why we don't let Gunner in school. He's just playing. He's not really growling. Meanwhile, Onyx, say hi to the kids. Okay, I really do gotta pause. Whoa. Okay. Hold on. I gotta go discipline my children. Okay, I think it's gonna be quiet now. I know you're all giggling. Okay. Anyway, I think I'm going to reread this. I don't even remember what we were talking about. Okay. Monica, Jack, and Destiny measured their arms lengths for an experiment in science class. They compared their arm length to a standard length. Standard means typical of 22 inches. The listing below shows the inches, how each student's arm length compares to 22 inches. So compared to 22 inches, this means that Monica's is an eighth of an inch shorter. So the negative implies that it's less than the standard 22 inches. Jack's is 1 3/4 inches longer than a typical arm length, and Destiny's is a ½ inch shorter than typical arm lengths. So we're going to arrange from least to greatest again. and thinking of furthest to the left of these rational numbers, the furthest to the left would be 1/2 inch. Then we're going to travel to the right and we're at -1/8. Then we travel further to the right into our positives and 1 3/4. So that is our rational numbers from least to greatest. All right. As with before, you are going to go ahead and do exercises 5 and 6 on your own. So here we have a rally coach, but you're not going to do it rally coach style because I'm not there. So you're going to complete 5 and 6 on your own. You do not have to do, oh, there he goes again. You do not have to do the problem set. Oh, good grief. Gunner, stop. He's desperately trying to get them to play, and they're like, no, thank you, I'm tired. So, as I was saying, complete exercises 5 and 6 on your own. Then, over in the student material zone, you're going to see some post-it notes. I want you, on your own, this is kind of like your exit ticket, to arrange these rational numbers in order from least to greatest. Now, pay very close attention. You've got -3, 0, -1/2, 1, -3 1/3, 6, 5, -1, 21/5, which you may want to transpose into a mixed fraction, and 4. So there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 numbers that I should see arranged from least to greatest. Then, on the other side of the post-it, order from greatest to least the same set of numbers. Put your name on the post-it and go hand it to the sub, and they will stack it up for me. Once you're finished with that, now again, you're moving at your own pace on this. You're going to go onto your favorite website, Khan Academy. It's your favorite. I know. You're welcome. And I put a couple of activities in there for you to be working on comparing and ordering rational numbers. Once you're finished with that, if you have gone into science time, let the sub know that you finished with your math and you're going to go ahead and start the science activity, which is posted in Google Classroom. I love you all. I will be back tomorrow, I promise, but I also promise that I'm going to check your notes, so make sure you have everything in there. Bye.